I just wanted to see what I could do at home with my own Mac and screen flow and a webcam.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.com.
Hello everyone, welcome back to VidCon 2018, and today I am with
Steve Dotto, Dotto Tech.
And what is your channel and how many subscribers do you have?
Right now, 190,000 subscribers. We are a tech channel. The last 4 years, I've been kind of building the channel and really enjoying myself.
So you're establishing the technology sector of YouTube, which with all the tech channels such as MKBHD, we've got Austin Evans, all those people with very high production values, and they've got access to the biggest technology. When you see a new iPhone release, they're the ones that cover it. How does maybe a smaller channel or a channel such as yourself who started out, how do you sort of establish your base in the technology sector?
You know, that's a really interesting kind of part of the journey. Was when I started to dabble with it, I just wanted to see what I could do at home with my own Mac and screen flow and a webcam. So when I started to grow, it was more a voyage of discovery than a strategy to grow. But the reason that I think our channel has grown how it has and established itself in a niche is a combination of good stories still carry the day. I mean, if you're creating great, compelling content, your audience is gonna appreciate that. Personality in this space is so important as well. Not just personality, but making sure that you're accessible in some way to your community, and then finding that niche audience. All those other channels, they've got great audiences, great product. I watch them, but they don't necessarily reach the same community as I reach. And if they do, the community's happy to have crossover as well. But I found that I speak to my generation, to Gen X and baby boomers, who other people maybe aren't targeting as much, and each community engages at a different rate. So even though we have really good viewership, we don't necessarily have high engagement. They are slower to subscribe, they're slower to comment and but they're there watching. So our view numbers get skewed. So bottom line is, I think organically you're going to grow, but pay attention to your niche, pay attention to who you're talking to, and if you continue to talk to that group with honesty, with integrity, with personality, with value, then you'll establish. And don't compare yourself with other channels as you do, because that's a losing proposition.
Yeah. What inspires you to continue to make YouTube videos today then?
I'm moved by a couple things that maybe aren't, well, first of all, I like the game. I like the gamification of trying to build and trying to grow and trying to figure it out. Because, especially in the shifting waters, how things change so much. It's like, I figured out, oh no, what are they doing? I don't understand it anymore. So I enjoy that adds a certain energy. But also, we make a difference. For me, I feel kind of privileged that baby boomers and Gen X, who I think need to engage more in the online space, not just in technology, but in social media, and those things, that I can provide kind of an inspiration for them to engage and to be part of it. So I'm really moved to make sure that my generation doesn't, just because we feel uncomfortable with certain aspects of technology, don't eschew it. So those are kind of the things that motivate me at multiple levels. Plus, I like making money.
As does everybody else. One question I want to ask you mentioned earlier that you got burnt out in your previous occupation. How do you prevent that from happening in YouTube when that can feel like an all-consuming job?
I think that you make sure that you have a support network around you, that you reach out to other content creators that are in a similar space, and don't look at them as competitors, but look at them as colleagues, and share and be giving and help them and support them, and then when you need the support, they'll help and support you.
You talked earlier about how you worked out the difference between broadcast television and YouTube. Was there a particular light bulb moment where it all suddenly clicked, like a particular video that worked?
No, there wasn't a particular video. The light bulb moment for me came when I realized that as bad as YouTube comments are, I was talking to the people who were watching my product.
Yeah.
When I did television, my customer was the TV networks and my sponsors. I didn't know the people that watched my show. We weren't making my show for them. We were making it for the sponsors. When all of a sudden I went into YouTube comments and people say, hey Steve, I like that, or I don't like that, or you're stupid, or whatever they were saying to me, they were saying it to me. And they were saying, if you make more of this, they weren't saying it in so many words, but between the lines, if you make more of this, we will watch more of this. And oh my God, that was an epiphany. That re-energized me, because all of a sudden I wasn't trying to draw money out of a sponsor in order to pay for the production. Instead, I was able to just create content that had value that I hoped and eventually resulted in revenue being attached. And the more popular that content was, the more revenue that came along with it. And so that was an epiphany, which meant I could just concentrate on making the best stories and the things that I found most interesting or my community felt most interesting. And that's what re-energized me.
Ding!
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your time, Steve.